Terrence Howard came by our studios this week, and our encounter turned out to be more than just another star turn, but an extraordinary conversation about life, death, family, and his craft. By the way, in addition to being an actor and singer, Terrence Howard still works occasionally as a carpenter. He's just finished doing a bathroom for an old friend in Philadelphia. And at his own house, Mr. Howard's working on a major project with his son.
We're building a pond, a 110-foot pond in front of our house in Plymouth Meeting, and we're putting these huge stones, like 2-ton stones apiece, in there as the base of it. And my son is learning to operate a sky track and a crane at 13 years old, and a CTL lady watching him go in and out and pick up a stone that could crush both him and me and our car and maneuver that, and trusting him.
Yeah.
And I have him go right by the trees that he planted, and watch the care that he has. And I'm raising a really beautiful young man that will probably become the scientist I always wanted to become, just because I've sacrificed other things.
What if he comes to you one day and says, "Dad, I really want to be in show business"?
I will show him the business. I'll pull out old contracts and show him. I would prefer him not to.
Yeah.
Just because, as an actor, the saddest thing, you stop experiencing moments. You start watching them as if you're storing them for future reference.
So, for example, you see somebody make a face on a bus or have an emotional moment, you store it away.
Yeah, it's like when I was sitting there with my mother at home for the last 2 weeks. There were moments when I couldn't turn the actor off that was watching her, and wondering what was going through her mind, but also wondering, oh, so that's what that emotion is like. That's what it's like to be facing death, to be this close to it. There's a stillness there. And trying to stop myself, and her looking up and saying, "What are you thinking?" And I was telling her, I was trying to see what you're thinking. And I felt as if I was being ingenuous there, but she's always known me and known me to be a curious person. But the actor sometimes takes over in places that you don't want it there. Maybe I was just afraid to face the emotion that was happening. So
it could be you fell back on the actor.
I began to watch. I feel a bit like Dorian Gray at times, because I don't necessarily see, I don't know, I don't see the pain of life as much because I've played so many characters. And I think that's what happens to a lot of actors, and therefore they get hooked in drugs because they're desperate to get away from not feeling. They want to be excited or something. I don't know. It's a very strange thing, so I guess I still would steer them away from it.
But could it be that it by the way, that's one of the most extraordinary things I've ever heard.